My name is Dave Dahle. We're here with KeizerTV, and we're doing a special program tonight with our State Senator, Kim Thatcher. Welcome, Senator Thatcher, and a family here in Keizer. We're going to talk about what it's been like to live through this educational time. We have our student is Kelsey Jarnagin, and her parents, Scott and Nicole. Welcome, Jarnagin family. And to start off our program, Kelsey, you were notified in March you weren't going back to school. Share with our audience what that was like to kind of have that abrupt adjustment to your school year.
I was kind of disappointed, but then I realized it's for the safety of me and my peers and all the staff members. It went online school went very well, so I'm glad everything went smoothly and everyone's safe. And,
you know, Senator Thatcher, you're a mom of 4 kids. You're also living through this process. What was your experience as not only a mom, but an elected official to really pivot so quickly and adapt?
Well, interestingly, my son, he just graduated in March. So literally right at the, he was right at the end of his school career when everything was shut down, and he was already an online student. So it just bummed him out that he couldn't then go on to, go attend classes in person somewhere. So that was kind of hard. But some of my grandkids were also having to do online, and well, they're younger. So I have a 7-year-old specifically where I was witnessing him they're trying to have these classes online, and kind of interesting when you have somebody who hasn't ever done it before and you're trying to bring a classroom together. I think it'd be very challenging for the teachers to just make that abrupt switch. And I think I applaud them. That would be really tough.
And Nicole, as a mom, sometimes parents, the kids are looking at you, they're at the kitchen table. How was that transitions for you as a mom?
It was hard. We have 3 daughters, and they all love going to school. They're very high-achieving girls, and so it was difficult to have them not be going because they would never want to miss a day of school. But they adjusted to the online classes rather quickly. We just set up study spaces for them, and they just jumped right on board and did great. Yeah.
And Dad, what was your perspective watching this happen in your house?
Same. Obviously, I echo what my wife has said. It's our girls truly enjoy, their school time, being able to go spend time with their friends and, enjoy their classroom and their classwork. And so to transition suddenly definitely was a change in everything that we do just around the house. And so to be able to adapt to that so quickly, it was a challenge, but at the end of the day, they persevered, and they're doing good. So
and as we start to prepare for the coming year with so many uncertainties, Senator Thatcher, can you remember when you were a freshman in high school, and what were some tips you could give Kelsey that made your year great or your high school great?
Just, participating in all the little things that they have, especially for you, as you get orientated with all the different and new ways of doing things just because you're in high school. But then also now on top of it, because of what we're dealing with pandemic wise, I would just encourage you to make sure you let your parents know of any concerns you have so that you're communicating these issues before they grow into big ones. And so those are the big things.
And Kelsey, for a senator, what questions might you have as a young person during this time to our elected officials?
How have they been dealing with COVID-19 and everything that's happening right now?
It's a challenge. I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that our inboxes get filled with all kinds of emails, and a lot of it has to do with, unfortunately, unemployment. And the mess up that's happening at that level, and people not having money to pay bills and getting very desperate, and some people become homeless, and some people end up selling precious things because they feel like they have no other way. And that is very, it's not something that we've ever had to deal with before, and at such great levels, numbers of people that are just so, in dire straits right now. So there's a lot more of that. Plus we have a lot of other issues going on. So it's just kind of creating this interesting storm of opportunity, I'll call it.
Well, and here in Keizer, we have 3 words on our city crossroads: Chemawa and River Road: pride, spirit, and volunteerism. And we're a young city. We just became a city in the early 80s, and we have had trials as a city. We had our water system in Salem get infected, and Keizerites allowed our clean water to go to our neighbors. And I'm hoping through this pandemic that we can get tighter as a community. I've done interviews with all of our neighborhood association presidents to connect with our neighbors digitally and reach out to our classmates. And, Kelsey, you talk about your 3 sisters, you talk about your classmates. Do you value those relationships maybe a little bit more today than you did when you could just walk down the hallway and say hi? What do relationships mean to you for your peers?
Oh, I definitely would not take for granted anymore about them. I did not expect to not see them the very next day. I very much value all the relationships I've made with my family and friends during this pandemic.
Yeah, and I know my relationships from high school I still have today, and I hope that you can support each other, be able to reach out when other students have challenges, and be able to help all of us be stronger through this time. So going forward with a school, what have you heard and what's your next plans as we're now just about to get into August with McNary? Have you parents, or Kelsey, have you heard what their plans are at this time?
Well, it actually just came down about an hour ago. So we were originally going to do the part-time in person and then part-time online, and we were just informed again about an hour ago that effective immediately there will be no in-person school until November 6th?
16th.
16th, excuse me, November 16th. So we're going to continue the online learning, and then, obviously as they reevaluate as time gets closer, what the next steps will be in November. So.
Wow. All right. Well, we just want to congratulate you. And in closing, Senator Thatcher, what would you like to say to this wonderful Keizer family for being such a resilient family?
Exactly. They are resilient and able to respond to these changes and doing swimmingly, it looks like. So I'm very glad for you. And I'm glad you're focused in on what's important, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
You'll do well. I'm sure you're going to do excellently in high school. I'm sure of it.
She will.
All right. Well, we're going to circle back here in the coming months and track how life goes forward here in Keizer. But we just want to congratulate you and our staff at the schools. And you make us all proud. You're the reason we have a senator who's working with the state and planning what resources go where. It's all about you kids' future, that we really are sad that there's been adjustments and graduations have been missed, but it's on our top of our mind to really help you through and get the education and prepared for the future to make the biggest contribution. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and stay tuned for more segments. I'm Dave Dahle. Thank you, Senator Thatcher, for joining us in this tonight, and the Jarnagin family. Thank you again for joining us. I'm Dave Dahle for KeizerTV. Thank you.